Shalom. I'm up early this morning, man. Doing this recording, and I'm just hopping on here just to say, like, we have to be aware of the times. That's why you have like a meteorologist. You know what I mean? Like when you watch the news to see what the weather is, to see what the forecast is, because you have to be watching the weather. And it's the same thing with the coming of the Most High, with the coming of Yahuwah, with the coming of Yeshua. um, you have to be watching, and you have to be vigilant, and you have to be watching the signs of the times. And so in Matthew 24:35, and I'm gonna go over there real quick. Matthew 24:35, 34:35. And it says in 34, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled." So, what is a generation? Because the Torah was handed down from generation to generation. The Torah was a perpetual covenant. The Torah was everlasting from generations to generations. You see what I'm saying? So, when they say a generation is going to pass, it means that a generation that failed to apply or make applicable these laws, these statutes and commandments to your life. See, what you have to understand is that, it's just like on a map. When you go look on a map, there's a legend. You know what I'm saying? Or I think that's what you call it, a legend or a ledger or something like that. I think it's called legend. But on the legend, or in the legend, it's a compass. It shows you which way is north, which way is south, which way is east, which way is west. Although, what I'm saying, from what I heard, people say that north is south and south. I don't care about all of that. But my point is this, is that there is a compass. You know what I mean? And so you have to have a moral compass. You see, you have to have, the Torah is perfect. You see what I'm saying? It's man that is not perfect. But when man applies Torah to his life, he walks in perfection. He becomes perfect when he applies that moral compass to his life. And so you have to understand that, it's gonna be a generation that passes. It's a generation that's gonna be destroyed because they fail to adhere to the moral compass. You see, the Most High is gonna judge you. And I don't care what race you from. I don't care what nation you from, but he's going to judge you based on that moral compass. He's going to judge you based on that Torah. That's why he said that you should love your neighbor with all your heart, your might, and your soul. I mean, love Elohim, Love Elohim with all your heart, your might, and your soul, and to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Because my neighbor would be these other nations. You see what I'm saying? My neighbor would be, whether you was European, whether you was Japanese, whether I've never in my life ever taught that no other race could make it in. I've never ever taught that. I've never, but people think because, I speak out against the things that was done against our people, that, I'm just picking on them and I'm singling them out. No, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm prejudiced, you know what I'm saying, against my own too. I don't like how our people treat our own people. I don't like how, what I'm saying, our people is used to perpetuate crime and perpetuate uh I'm trying to be careful with my words. I guess I could say this: homosexuality. I don't like how my people are used to perpetuate violence. How my people are used. I don't like how my people succumb, to this world, just so that they can survive, or just so that they can so they can receive glory. You know what I mean? They show all of our people, on TV with these chains and, all this gold and this stuff on, while they steady perpetuating crime, but they live in the high life. They children going to private schools, they children, you know what I'm saying, ain't never seen a hard day in their life. And then you have these people perpetuating this music and this lifestyle out here, got people idolizing them and trying to live that life and doing things outside of that moral compass of the Torah, to achieve success, to achieve wealth. You know what I mean? And not understanding that it is the Most High that lifts one up and brings one down. So yeah, it's gonna be a generation. So when he says that heaven and earth shall pass away, so the heavens is your mind, the earth is your body. So your mind and your body is gonna pass. From the earth you came, to the earth you shall return. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes shall you return. So the heavens is your mind. Your mind is shaped like the heavens. That's why they say if you can believe it, you can achieve it. If you can, your mind is vast. If you can believe it. I remember this God saying that if you can get your head through, you can get your body through. So when you read in the scriptures, it's allegorical. It's symbolic. It's. And I ain't never, ever been surface. I've been wet. I go deep. You hear me? Because you got to understand that the heavens is your mind. That's why when you look at the Egyptian pyramids, it's built just like a computer. They base the computer off of how the Egyptian pyramids sit. Which each point at the Egyptian pyramid is pointed to a certain star. In the sky. They knew astrology, they knew all of that. So you have to understand, and so your mind is like a computer. You store all this energy. You see, you store, all this information. Your brain is like a computer. It needs rest. Your mind is vast. It's like the heavens. You see what I'm saying? So the earth, your body, he said he made Adam, he took the dust of the earth and he made man. So your body is the earth. So these are the symbolic and the allegorical things that you have to understand shall pass away. But his word is never going to change. His word is going to always stay the same. See, some people think just because the Most High doesn't punish you right then and there, that the Most High doesn't do something, doesn't judge you right then and there, that, his word is not valid. And that's not true, because the Most High is merciful. And so he gives you time to correct your ways and change, and seek his face, which means, as I've always said, is your mouth is on your face. So you got to seek his face. You got to know the thoughts. From your mind comes your thoughts. That's why he said in the beginning was the word. So from your mind comes your thoughts. You have to first think it before you can speak it. That's why they say think before you speak. So you got to first think it. And then once you think about what you're going to say, then you say it, then you speak it. You see? And so you have to understand that this is the way that it was set up, that, it says that the earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. So his word is never going to pass away. The word is... Yahusha said that me and my Father are one. So that means that they are in agreement. A three-chord string is not easily broken. Father, Son, and the Spirit, they're all one. Solid, liquid, gas. Water, vapor, and gas. Or solid, ice. They all the same. No matter how you look at it. One is a solid, one is a vapor, and one is a gas, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. If you know, if you know, you know. But anyway, so you have to understand these things that you know the heavens is gonna pass. Your mind, when you pass, you ain't gonna remember nothing over here. When your body returns back to the earth, or when they bury you, your body is gonna turn back to the earth. All it's gonna be is bones. You know what I'm saying? Like when you people be in their grave, and you know what I'm saying, after they don't decayed and stuff, your body, all your flesh is gone. All that's left is your bones and your clothes. Where does that stuff go? That's why the worms, you know what I'm saying, the Most High say that the worms is gonna eat them up. Whatever, man. I can't take you. I would have to take you there, but I didn't prepare for that. But what I'm saying is that, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall the day of the coming of the Son of Man be. And so this is what he's giving you is a timeline, so that you can know when he's about to come. And so we are living in those days of Noah, where I was watching I think I was watching one of those reel from YouTube last night. And on this reel, this pizza dude went to this or no, it wasn't a pizza dude, it was a DoorDash dude. You know what I mean? He went to this dude's house, or he went to this house to deliver some food. But you know what I'm saying, the guy was transgender or whatever, or the person that he went to was transgender. And you know what I'm saying, the transgender dude on the phone was like, I bet you know what I'm saying, I could suck, you know what I'm saying, sucky sucky. You know what I'm saying? Let me believe it like this, sucky sucky, ducky ducky. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but look, man, looking at the little dude, man, look. I ain't no homo. Hey, look. But the little thing was fine. You hear me? I'm like, it looked just like a female. If you didn't know, if you didn't check, if you didn't take the time to, you know what I'm saying, like, hey man, let me get to know you, you know what I'm saying, wooty blam, you know what I'm saying, like Crocodile D, you need go watch the movie Crocodile Dundee, the dude that came from Australia. You know what I'm saying, when he came to New York, which New York is Babylon, you know what I'm saying, he was dealing with this. He was in this club, and they was telling him that the dude was the female was a dude or whatever. So he grabbed him by the testicles, you know what I'm saying? But now, it's to where, you know what I'm saying, they cutting it off, and you know what I'm saying, all this stuff, and it's like but you would never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, the estrogen and the stuff that they putting in the food to cause you to, become, grow breasts as men, and, the things that I seen this woman, she cut off her tatas, and she had a chest like, I said, man, we are living in the days of Noah. You know what I'm saying? In the day of Noah, so shall it be in the day of the coming of the Most High. That's what it say. They should be eating and drinking. And I'm going to finish this. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So they were eating and drinking, meaning they had no worries. They wasn't worried about nothing. They had basically just, and I'm gonna close on that, and I'm gonna finish this last verse. And know not until the flood came and took them away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And so, you have a lot of people, because the Most High is patient, because the Most High, he doesn't punish us the way that we should be punished. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't, exact punishment and judgment on us, just like right then and there, Some people call it karma and all of that stuff. I call it judgment. You know what I mean? Justice and judgment. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what the Most High requires. So some people think because he does an exact judgment right then and there that, oh, there ain't no God. You know what I'm saying? It's no Elohim, or whatever. But the Torah is the moral compass. And so when you go look at Noah's day, they was eating and marrying and giving in marriage, so they basically had no cares, no woes. They basically, forgot about the moral compass and started living the way that they wanted to live. And so I've said this before. See, I follow patterns. You know what I'm saying? When you read the scriptures, you got to look at the patterns. You know what I'm saying? What was happening back in the day of Noah? There was giants back in the day of Noah. I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying? Because, that's why the flood had to come. You know what I mean? Because it had to get rid of those things that, those species that were being created because, the fallen had basically, violated the earth. And so you have to understand that, man, I've told y'all. Let me get this fly out of my car. I can't, man, I'm talking about it be fish flies everywhere. I need to wash my car, man. I think, anyway, but it was all kind of creatures back then. You know what I mean? When they show you sci-fi and show you when you see these things on sci-fi, you see these minotaurs and, man, all that stuff was real, man, because, you know what I'm saying, these fallen ones, when the Most High had created this earth, when they defected, they came down here and started sleeping with everything in the earth. That's why Elohim made Adam a woman. So that man wouldn't be sleeping with the animals, which is bestiality, which is one of the laws and the commandments. Anybody matter of fact, let me take you there so you can see what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be real quick. Like 2 minutes. So we're going to look this up real quick about the beast. It's in Leviticus. Hold on, let me think. I think it's in Leviticus. Let me see. Bear with me. And if a woman approach unto any beast, this is Leviticus 20. And if a woman approach unto any beast and lay down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. So that when you see things like this, see, the Most High kicked Yasharel out of Canaan. Or before he kicked them out of Canaan, these are the practices that they were practicing. Just like, they were sleeping with each other's. The father was sleeping with the son's daughter. The son was sleeping with the father's wife. That is uncovering a man's nakedness. You know what I mean? These are the things that were happening in Noah's days. When you go read the Torah and you go read the laws and the statutes and the commandments, these were the things that were happening in Noah's days. These were the things that were happening in Canaan before Yasharel went into Canaan. This is why the Most High gave them the commandments. Because these are the things that the fallen ones were doing. So as it was in the day of Noah, so shall it be in the day of the coming of Yahweh. These are the same things that are going on now. And so the Torah is a moral compass. You got to have a moral compass. You think it's, man, if the Most High just gave you over to a reprobate mind, I've been given over to a reprobate mind before where I was doing things sexually with my body. And I didn't even know what I was doing. Because I was blind. You know what I'm saying? But he rescued me, man. Yeah. Go ask people about me. The things that I was doing out here. you know, the reprobate things that I was doing before he saved me. You know, and you wonder why I live the way that I do, you know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? It's just not easy disciplining yourself and staying away from the temptation of the things that the world is doing. Because these are the things. Hey, look, that's why when Yeshua met the woman at the well, you know what I'm saying, and she was out there getting water, he was like, you know, you got 5 husbands, and the one that you with, this was not your husband. Why did he say that? Because you have to understand that, you know what I'm saying, all the men that she was with, they was on the low, down low, in the closet. You know, so they couldn't be her husband, because a husband wouldn't be doing that. A husband, you know what I'm saying, which I ain't gonna get into all of that, but when he told her that, she said, come see a man. Because man don't do those type of things. Man doesn't sleep with the same sex. You know what I'm saying? Man sleeps with the opposite sex. That's what she was created for. Woman was created for man, and man wasn't created for woman. Woman was created for man. That's why Paul said, when I was a child, I thought as a child, I acted as a child. Hold on, let me take you there, because I want to give it to you raw. I want you to read it for yourself. You know what I mean? I don't really prepare for things. I just let the Spirit have his way. So, but you know, it woke me up with this on my mind. We're going to go to the New Testament. And I think it's in 1 Corinthians. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's in 1 Corinthians 13. So just hold on real quick. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So a child doesn't know and doesn't understand the things that he's doing. That's why a child has to be trained. The scripture says, train a child up in the way that he should go, and when he get older, he won't depart, right? So if a child is not given the proper guidance and the things that's needed in order for him to abstain or eschew sin, then he's gonna be doing the things of the world. Then he's gonna be doing those very acts that the Torah commanded him not to do. Then he's going to be raping. Then he's going to be practicing bestiality. He's going to be eating the wrong foods and all of these things. So, you know, this is why he told the woman at the well, you got six husbands, or 6 husbands in the 5 husbands, and the one you with is not your husband. So why would he say this is not your husband? Because, you know, the real marriage is in the consummation. You know what I'm saying? When you have relations, when you have intercourse. You see what I'm saying? This is the real marriage. It's not these weddings that you have, you know, where y'all spending all these millions of dollars because a ring don't mean a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's about commitment. It's about making a vow. You know what I'm saying? It's about making a covenant and sticking to that covenant. Because, you know, when a woman marries a man, or a man marries a woman, she abides by his rules. That's why the man abides by Yah's rules. And then the woman gotta follow the man as he followed Yahusha. So we gotta follow him. We as man follows Yahusha, woman has to follow man. So that man has to be following the Torah. And that man has to be teaching that woman the Torah, because, and man, look, that's what Adam was given the law in the beginning. And then Adam taught the woman, but the woman rebelled. But as long as the man sticks to his guns and follows the Torah, the Most High put that woman in line. This is why Paul said that, I think it was in Ephesians, that if the husband is living and the wife ain't right, that he can turn the wife back to, and if the wife is living right and the husband not, I can't quote it verbatim, but you know what I'm saying? So you have to understand this. There is a moral compass. The Torah is the moral compass that we are supposed to live by. And so, like I said, I follow patterns. You know what I mean? So we see that the same thing that was going on in Noah's day that got them destroyed was the same thing that was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah that got them destroyed. The same thing that was going on in Pompeii, Italy, that got it destroyed in other places. They got destroyed that haven't been recorded. Which is the same thing that's gonna get this other place destroyed. And people not aware of that. People just going on with life like it's gonna continue to exist. No, because the Most High is a righteous Elohim. And a lot of people don't have no vision and don't see what's going on. They think, look, it ain't all about the luster. It's not all about the money. It's not all about none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's all about your life. You know what I'm saying? Because he came to give you life and life more abundantly. But if you don't adhere to him, you're not going to get life. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to come a time, because we're going into the millennial where, you know what I'm saying, where you ain't going to get away with the stuff that you've been getting away with. That's the time we coming into, the millennial reign, where everything is going to be restored. That's why they call them the millennials, right? Gen X or whatever y'all want to call them. You know what I'm saying? We going into the millennial reign where Hamashiach, Yahusha, is finna come back. And he's gonna rule with an iron rod. So, you just gotta go read the book. But yeah, like I said, man, I seen a little dude looked just like a female. Man, we living in that day, man, where you can be fooled. Man, please tell me. Man, that's why I don't even want to get involved. Please tell me. Please give me the right, my free will, to know whether I want to do that or not. Don't just, you know what I'm saying? That's how people get hurt. You know what I'm saying? And then when you do something to somebody who don't trick you and you find out and everybody laughing at you and you go back and knock them down, then you'll be wrong. But see, it's a time coming when Yahusha comes that he gonna judge that you ain't gonna get away with that. You know what I'm saying? That I read it to you. I just read Leviticus to you. What's supposed to, man, look. Man, I'm telling you, he gonna judge the earth. So, like I said, the Bible says that even the very elect shall be fooled. You got all these different doctrines, you know what I'm saying, itching ears. Man, let me go to that real quick. And then I'm gonna close out. Itching ears, man. I'm gonna put that in there. Hold on. Look, this is what 2 Timothy 4:3 say. And I'm gonna start at 2. It say, 2 Timothy 4:2, preach the word. Be instant, in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wonder why I keep hopping on, because with long suffering and doctrine, Torah is the doctrine. It's the dogma. That it is the yoke. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, Yeshua, we yoked to Yeshua, Yahushua. We yoked to him. The doctrine. It says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. Man, I've been watching this dude, and he sounds so convincing. He talks about how Gaia and how, how Yahushua, or they got scriptures, or they got texts where Yahusha went into Egypt, and he learned the Egyptian practice, and then he went off to I think it's Japan or somewhere over there in Asia. You know what I'm saying? And he learned the healing. And man, that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? He said they got books because, from the age of 12 to the time he entered into his his ministry, you didn't hear nothing about him, because from the time of 12 to the time of his ministry, he was learning things. You know what I'm saying? He was learning the Torah. Because Yehoshua became obedient by the things that he suffered. So, he had to learn, because he came here as a man. He had to relearn too. Even though he was the walking Torah, even though he was the word, he had to relearn too. Because when you come to this plane, you know what I'm saying, you don't know nothing. It has to be taught to you. He was hid out in Egypt, but he did. Man, if it don't line up with the Torah, if it don't line up with the moral compass, then it ain't right. I told you, it's Babel, confusion. And so this man, he seems so convincing, even though we know that the city of Atlantis and all this stuff, it existed. You know what I'm saying, at one time. But this man sounds so convincing. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of doctrines out here. But and it say, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned into fables. But watch thou in all things, endure affliction, do the works of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. For I am not ready to be offered. Oh, that's okay. So I went too far, but I'm just saying. So you got this moral compass, man, that we got to follow. If it don't line up with that, even the very elect is going to be fooled in this day. Even you see so many people, you know what I'm saying, they call it the apostate, where they leave the church, but it's because they left the doctrine, because they left the Torah, they left the teaching. They ain't got nothing to do with the church, because they left sound doctrine. That's what the apostate was. That's what John 6:66 was about. Because let's go there. Let's go there. I'm one more, man. I know I said I was going to quit, but you know what I'm saying? We're going to go to John 6:66, because this is what they call the apostate, 666, right? The mark of the beast, right? So let's go to John 6:66. And we're going to start at 65. And he said, this is in red, therefore said I unto you, that no man can come unto me except it were given unto him of my Father. From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. So they walk no more with him, because unless the Father show you what's going on, it's impossible for you to walk with Elohim. That is the apostate. That's why many of people are turning back, because the Most High, has caused them to have deaf ears and to be blind. And this was prophesied in Isaiah, because what was in their heart. So we have to follow this moral compass, man. We have to follow sound doctrine. You can't just keep one part and do away with another part. You got to keep the whole book. That's why when you go to court, they say, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalty of perjury? That's why they tell you that. It used to be, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, before God? It used to be that. But since they took God out of everything, now it's on the pains and the penalties of perjury. You see what I'm saying? This is why they say that. So, hopefully I was able to help somebody. Shalom, peace and blessings.